Hey, Lori, Miss Lori, Miss Lori. Um, I read your post, and there are some things that I want to elaborate on. You highlighted some very good points. You said what came through the most for you is the idea that we, as service providers, must be willing to identify and then put aside our own bias, beliefs, and ideas, predisposed ideas about other cultures. Um, and you cited Miss Carly when she said that I need to know my own bias before I can ethically meet you at the table as my client. And you said no matter the culture of the client that we are serving, if we are unable to do that, then we will likely be unable to help. Reading that paragraph, it reminded me of when I used to work on a PAC team for intensive community services. I was a community support specialist. I'm tired. You know, it's the grind of the last week of class, and I'm taking 2 8 weeks, so please forgive me. But anyways, one of my clients, she was a lesbian, and she was the masculine type, and so she had a split identity, like one that represented the masculinity, and then one that was her primary gender, which is feminine. So she had a name for the feminine. So however she felt that day, if she felt masculine, cool, then she would wanted you to address you by a masculine name. And if one day she felt feminine or like herself, then she wanted you to call her by the name her mother had given her. But however she introduced herself, that's what I was going to go by. I don't, as a Christian, I don't believe homosexuality is what God has established as a covenant of relationship or whatever, intimate relationship. But I know that we're not like at church or anything. I was at work. So I don't know. When she approached me, she introduced herself as her name that her mother gave her. So, and she said she was cool with that. And so it was kind of frustrating because when I would go back to the meetings, the PAC team, my team lead, and everything, we would come together. And when we would discuss her case, I would call her the name that she wanted me to call her, which was feminine, and use pronouns as she. But my team leader, each time I kept saying she, my team leader would interrupt me as I was speaking and tell me I need to use the appropriate pronoun, he/she. I wasn't about to do that. No, because I thought it was unnecessary, but I don't know. It just, when I read your first paragraph, it made me think of that. Like, he was really adamant about me using he/she pronoun when I spoke. And I wasn't even, the client wasn't there. It's just the people that was on the PAC team, people that I work with. And then I later found out that his daughter prefers to use the he pronoun. So, I don't know. But we really do have to put aside our own bias and views when it comes to being in the human service field. Because even now I'm a shelter coordinator and I work with the homeless population, and there are quite a few people who are homosexuals, and I don't treat them any differently, anything like that. It's just, I don't know, that one incident was weird. But anyways, you made another point that was pretty cool. Being prepared and open. No, that wasn't it. Even though that was good. I found myself wondering if it's really possible for counselors to make their practices accessible to people of all cultures. Is it really possible to know everything that the author suggests we know and fill our offices with artifacts from every culture that we might come in contact with if we accidentally leave out a culture that walks through our door? So check this out, right? You asked a series of questions, which were very good questions. There was one that you said, would we offend anyone? So recently, my caseload during the winter time was like 300 something people, and it was this guy. I work mostly with African American and Caucasians. I did work with an African, a lady from Egypt. It was one more, but anyways, I didn't know about their culture like that, but I didn't offend them either. I was just really open-minded and listen and ask certain questions just to, let them know that I was serious about getting to learn them and how I could help them. There was this one guy, he's I forgot. I don't know why, to me he like his name was Juan. And I kept calling him Juan. And each time he would correct me and say, my name is Ellis. And I think, like, he must have got frustrated with me, like, sick of it. And I had called him Juan, and he was like, why do you keep calling me Juan? I'm not Mexican. My name is Ellis. And I was extremely embarrassed because I pride myself on really taking my time to getting to know each client by name and, and spending a little time with them to get to know them. And I didn't do that with him because in the wintertime it's so hectic. But it is very important to get to know your clients and their culture so that, we won't offend them like I did with Mr. Ellis. But anyways, you had a very good post, very insightful, and you highlighted some good questions. It was like very thought-provoking, which made me reflect on my own professional experiences. But anyways, may God continue to bless you, your family, and your studies. All right? And you take care. All right.